Please welcome back to the stage, Eric Kraft.
Morning. Welcome back. I hope you all everybody had a good night last night. Yeah. Okay. Our first keynote this morning is obviously from a company you all know very well and that's been on this stage many times. But we're continuing to see evolution and change as they evolve their approach to this market. And you saw some of that, I think, in the session that just occurred, talking about team collaboration and how Microsoft is looking at that market. And the fact that the person we have is the corporate VP for Office 365, I think, is an interesting commentary on how this may fit into Microsoft's larger vision. And I think that we'll hear a little bit more about that. So without any more delay, please join me in welcoming Ron Markezich from Microsoft. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you all for attending. It's great to be here. And Eric and his team do an awesome job with this event. And it's an important event to bring the industry together to learn from each other. And so I'm thrilled to be here, thrilled that you joined me here. One of the things that's very common at this event, as well as across our industry, is digital transformation. You hear it everywhere. In fact, people are spending lots of money on digital transformation. There's an estimate that actually this year, $1.2 trillion will be spent on digital transformation. If I think of just my own personal journey with digital transformation, I go back about a dozen years. I was the CIO at Microsoft. And at Microsoft, we really transformed the company from top to bottom in terms of how we develop product, how we serve employees, how we empower our partners and employees, and even our core business model at the company. And I see that happening everywhere, regardless of industry or type of organization or geography, is digital transformation. And one of the things we want to focus on today is talk about how to digitally transform your employees as well as your business processes for your customers and partners. And so we've got a packed agenda. We're going to cover some content, some demos, and love to just get some great participation here. One of the things I'll start with is our mission at Microsoft. We're all about empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. It's printed on every one of our badges, every one of our IDs at Microsoft. And there's a couple key components in here. One is all about empowering, and another one is everyone in the planet to achieve more. And we really look at this as us being partners with everyone in this room and across the industry. We're working together to serve our customers, to serve your end users, and make sure you can transform your organizations in the way people work. That is what we're all about. If I go down on the floor, it's awesome to see all of the partners down there. I think every one of them is a great Microsoft partner where we're working together to help you serve your users, serve your organization, and serve your customers. And it's super important time to do that right now because the world is changing so much. There's twice as many teams today as there were just 5 years ago. People are working more and more in teams, and when people enter the workforce, their expectation on how they work is much less about individual productivity and much more about how do you harness the power of the team together. As you all know, there's far more devices per person today. That presents a lot of opportunities in terms of the way people connect, collaborate, and interact. It also creates a lot more security risks and threats that you need to make sure you protect because your organization is looking at this room to make sure you keep your intellectual property and your assets safe. And I think the most fascinating stat is in 2020, it's estimated 72% of work will be done remotely, which is fascinating. We had a large gaming studio in Redmond recently going through technology. And when they talk about making films and movies, they talk about actually using the expert in that particular effect anywhere that person may live in the world. You might have one particular effect out of London, another one out of Vancouver, another one out of Tokyo. And you need to work together to create that movie or that game regardless of where that person and that expertise resides. And that's going to be the trend, which is why it's so important that we come together and learn from each other, because the expectation on us is to make sure we provide that platform and environment that allows that communication and collaboration seamlessly as the world changes around us. Great example of that is J. Walter Thompson, advertising firm in New York City, very creative advertising firm, very high energy, lots of mix of people in terms of work styles and ages and demographics. And what they've been able to do is really to make a competitive advantage of their ability to collaborate to really unleash the creative talent within J. Walter Thompson. And that collaboration could be people in a room, and it could be people spread out around the world to collaborate on campaigns and advertising and creation of content. And the way they empowered that is through Office 365. Office 365 is the broadest and deepest toolkit for communication and collaboration on the market. We have over 85 million active users every month just in the commercial segment. These are just paid active users on Office 365, growing significantly. It's very broad, and it's very hard for me in 30 minutes to cover the breadth of Office 365. But what I wanted to do is at least introduce you to how we think of that and how some customers have been able to take advantage of Office 365, and then we're going to launch into some demos. First and foremost, people think of email and calendaring with Outlook, and certainly that's a core component, and it's huge scale, 6.7 billion emails every day through Office 365, which is fascinating. But you also can use Office 365 to connect people, content, and apps with SharePoint. And we have significant content in SharePoint Online, 60 petabytes of data, and growing significantly in SharePoint Online. So people can get their content up there, they can connect, they can collaborate, they can co-create. We also look at a network effect using Office 365, especially with Yammer. I'll give you a real simple scenario that we see quite often. Our CEOs connecting with their entire organization through Skype broadcast, and then using Yammer to create a conversation in their organization on what's being discussed and presented. And the CEO can actually participate in that conversation, both from receiving feedback from the organization, as well as communicating back on the organization based on what's happening. This is something that Satya Nadella does every month at Microsoft with all of our employees globally using Skype broadcast as well as Yammer to create that CEO to employee connection, even in an organization with 100,000 employees. And then we just announced general availability of Microsoft Teams. We're going to demo Teams for you because there's been a ton of interest at this event on Microsoft Teams. This is our chat-based workspace for collaboration that can become a hub for teamwork. And when we show it to you, you'll see how it fits together to not just be chat-based persistence of conversations among your team, but also a hub for teamwork where it integrates across all of Office 365 and brings what we have for Office 365 together in one interface that's also integrated across the rest of Office 365. And so one of the messages I want to make sure you get with Office 365 is you have best-of-breed applications in a fully integrated suite that's at scale for every single application, that's a leader in their class for every single application, but an integrated suite across the board that has a common Azure directory, it's got a common security model, and it's got integration across that suite, and we'll show you some of that here in a minute. And core to that suite on Office 365 is Skype for Business. We see nice growth in Skype for Business, 2x the growth of usage in Skype for Business, and we really have used this to both give you the capabilities of Skype for Business on premises, as well as in the cloud, so you can have full enterprise voice and video, either in a hybrid mode, on premises, or directly from the cloud. It's a single platform for video and voice and meetings. We've got significant usage across Skype for Business. It's amazing some of the statistics you see in terms of the usage that you have and ways people are making modern meetings happen through Skype for Business. It's also a complete meeting solution. You don't need to cobble together different components to create a meeting and to create your full voice and video platform. You can bring that together in one consolidated solution. You can also Make sure you have modern voice with Cloud PBX. And we see a number of customers in this scenario in hybrid deployments, where you keep your existing PBX, but you move some sites to Cloud PBX, or even integrate our calling, conferencing, and meetings with your existing PBX. And we also look at this in terms of global scale. We have over 90 countries today that we have audio conferencing available. It's really the leading service in terms of global reach around the world for users and for your organizations. But to light up some of this, to show you Teams, to show you some of the integration across Office 365 and Skype for Business, I want to invite Rana and Delonda on stage. Welcome, ladies. Take it over.
Thanks, Ron. Today, I'm here on the Microsoft Teams Mac client. Of course, we also have the Windows client, the web client, and mobile apps for iOS, Android, and Windows 10. Right here, you'll see the teams that I'm a part of. Each team can have multiple channels, so you can organize a conversation around different topics, activities, and content. With channels, I can be a part of multiple teams and easily keep track of what's going on with each of them. I can also discover and join public teams. These teams are being suggested by the Microsoft Graph. Now, let's take a look at the visitor speaker season to see my team in action. Microsoft Teams enables conversations to happen quickly and easily. All conversations are persistent, so you can stay in the know and easily recall decisions that were made earlier. They're also threaded, which allows you to navigate the content easily and respond within the context of the conversation. You can also @mention members of your team to instantly draw their attention to the conversations and topics most relevant to them. And what makes Teams so fun is that you can add rich formatting, attachments, and a wide variety of visual content such as emojis, GIFs, and memes to truly make the message your own. Clearly, my team loves these memes. We've also added Markdown support, a handy way to format text for bold, bullets, etc., all from the keyboard. Now, one of the great benefits of Teams being a part of the Office 365 collaboration suite is that I can embed files right within the chat, so my team can work together on our Office docs in real time. You can upload a file, tag individuals or the entire channel to draw their attention to the content, and the conversation sits right there with the content. I can view it in Teams, edit online, or open it in the app, and the chat sits right there with it. Now, to customize our workspace, our team has added a number of services as tabs to keep what's important to us at our fingertips and build on the collective knowledge of the team, making it available to everyone. For instance, we have this Power BI dashboard, which offers a visually rich view of our speaker series social impact. And I can interact with it right within Teams. We can also surface our enterprise videos through Stream. And we can integrate third-party services from partners like Zendesk. Zendesk allows our customer service team to manage and triage tickets, all without having to leave our channel. I can add a number of other services as tabs and connectors to our channel to keep what's most important to the team at the top and accessible with just one click. And with our Developer Framework API, you can even add your service right into Teams. Now, at the heart of effective collaboration is great organic communication. Sometimes I need to connect over chat, other times through voice or face-to-face. And with Teams, I can talk with one or multiple people privately and chat. I can also see all of my Skype for Business meetings in my calendar because it's integrated with Exchange. And I can join these meetings with just one click. And just like that, I'm in the meeting. And now Delonda is going to show us how we're taking this online meeting experience into the meeting room.
Thank you, Rana. Now, we all have a diversity of meeting spaces. And what we want to show you today is how you can take an online meeting participant and bring them into your meeting space, regardless of what platform they're on. And you can do that with one touch. I'm going to show you how to do that on the latest device. Here we have this Crestron SR for Skype Room Systems. It's the latest device to join our family of Skype Room Systems, including Logitech. Now, starting today, all Skype Room Systems support dual monitors. And it also allows for customization so that you can upload your company's brands, logos, and custom images. Now, when I walk into a meeting, I want to get started right away, and I want to maximize the time that I have not only with the people in the room, but the people who have joined me remotely. I can do that simply by walking up to the control panel and hitting Join. And there you have it. I'm in the meeting, and you can get started right away. This dual screen functionality is important for two reasons. It can help me tell a very powerful story backed by images, and it can also help me meet with the remote participants face to face. Here you have the content screen on the left. The content has high-fidelity images. It also supports animations and transitions, and you can embed videos. This enables you to tell a very powerful story backed by images. On the right screen, you'll see our video gallery. Our video gallery takes up the full length of the screen from edge to edge, and all the meeting participants are streaming in high-definition video. They're also displayed on a variety of devices. Paul and James have joined us on the Skype for Business Windows client, and Praveen has joined us on the Skype for Business Mac client. Heidi is joining us on a Cisco VTC. Heidi is able to have the same content and video experience as the rest of the participants as a result of our new cloud video interop service provided by Polycom. Now, any legacy Cisco VTC can join a Skype for Business meeting without any problems. Well, there you have it. You're able to bring an online meeting participant into your meeting space as if they're virtually right there with you. Thank you. And now I'll transition back to Ron.
Awesome. Thank you both. That was great. A couple of things I want to make sure you got out of that. One is, as you can see, we just showed you a sliver of the collaboration Office 365, but how we've designed the service is to meet the breadth of collaboration scenarios as well as the diverse work styles people would have, so we give everyone the right tool for the right job in terms of your work style and how you like to work, as well as a collaboration scenario that you're in. Hopefully you also saw the collaboration we built between Microsoft Teams and Skype for Business to illustrate how we take our best-of-breed applications and integrate them across Office 365, so you have a best-of-breed apps in a fully integrated suite. And the third thing is how we're committed to making sure we have a great experience across platforms. And I love how our partner, Polycom, has worked with us to have the video interop service so we can give you a great video experience across any platforms. Now, as we move along as well, it's important also to show how we're empowering you to make sure you can do your jobs awesome and you can serve your organization and your customers. I mentioned the broad platform support, but that doesn't end at just making sure we have it across video devices. We want to make sure we allow you to have a great experience regardless of what platform your users are on, regardless of what platform you develop on. And so that extends across a number of different platforms, including some of those that I have on the screen. We also have global reach and scale. I mentioned audio conferencing in over 90 countries, but we also have 1.4 million miles of fiber to make sure we connect our data centers, which actually has the largest data center infrastructure for our cloud services in the world. And we're actually larger than the next two combined in terms of our data center infrastructure. Add to that our fiber. We want to make sure you have great performance in Skype for Business Online from anywhere in the world. We also have simple administration. We'll show you some of that in a second to make sure it's easy for you to administer Skype for Business. And I know it's important for this organization, this audience, as well as everyone else in any regulated industry in certain countries and geographies to have strong compliance. And so we go get the certifications we need so any organization in any industry in any country can use our Microsoft Cloud services. And we also want to make sure we have security built into the core so you can you can trust Office 365 to make sure it protects your data. We look at Office 365 as a custodian of your data. At the end of the day, you own the information. We house it in a secure way that meets all of your regulatory and compliance obligations. Zebra, you all may have used, and if you've ever printed off a UPS label, you use Zebra for that. They print off labels, they're very global, they do RFID and tracking, super complex company around the world, and we hear this a lot from customers. They've able to save 90% of their costs by moving to Skype for Business Online for conferencing. And this is the easiest first step for Skype for Business Online, is to move to conferencing and save money off that audio conferencing bill. And so to show you some of these IT admin features, I'm going to welcome Ben Canning, one of our lead product developers, to take that over.
Thanks, Ron. Hey, everybody. So, we've seen a lot of really amazing things at this conference up on this stage. All the keynotes have shown you some amazing, magical user experiences. But what, nobody's really talked about in depth is how you, the folks in this audience, the IT professionals, are going to deliver those experiences to your end users. And that's really incredibly important. And so I'm going to talk to you about that now. And I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways that Skype for Business in Office 365 is going to help you deliver magic to your end users. So let's roll. So number 1, let's make a magical experience for customers coming into our business, and a magical experience for our sales team as well. With the new call queues and auto attendance capabilities in Skype for Business. Here I am in the Office 365 admin portal, and I'm going to go ahead and set up a sales queue and auto attendant for our new office in Barcelona. So I'll go ahead and create the new queue. We'll call it the Barcelona sales team. I pick a number easily from our number inventory. That's a number in Barcelona, Spain that I got. We have, default music on hold, but I don't really like that for this application. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my own custom music on hold that'll get uploaded into the cloud automatically. And then this is the cool bit. Because this is Office 365, we're completely integrated across the suite. So I don't need to maintain some separate set of users for this call queue. I just have access to my entire Active Directory and all of the distribution lists that I've got in Office 365. So I can pick the Barcelona sales team distribution list, and they're now live on this call queue. I've effectively just given a phone number to this distribution list, and it'll have all the great call queue semantics just like that. And as people enter and leave that team, they'll automatically be added into the queue. So now I'll go ahead and save that, and that's cool. But now let's go hook this up to the rest of the front door of the business. Here I am in my auto attendant management screen, and I can see that I've already got an attendant for the Barcelona front office. So let's go ahead and wire up the call queue. You can see our auto attendants are pretty full featured. We've got business hours and off hours call handling. We've got dial scoping built in. We've also, of course, got speech recognition built in for multiple languages and text to speech. And of course, this isn't, your grandpa's old text to speech that, you've got on your PBX from 1994. This is Microsoft Cloud speech recognition that's going to get better every single day without you having to do anything. Stop calling my call queue. See, it works. So let's go ahead and light this thing up. We've got a nice, simple IVR editor here, and all I need to do is go in and add that call queue. Ventas is Spanish for sales, and I'll go ahead and add that new call queue right there, and I'll also just update in real time. Para ventas, marque uno. I'll update in real time my text to speech. Go ahead and click save, and just like that, I'm now uploading that auto attendant and wiring it up in the background, just in about 2 minutes to get that done end to end. When I'm setting up these kind of complex call flows, I always want to make sure that they work really well and that it all works. And so we've built a test capability right into the UI here. So all I have to do to try out this new call queue that I just created is click test. Skype for Business is going to come up, and we'll go ahead and call that call queue. And here that's the Spanish dial tone because we're actually calling Spain.
Bienvenido a Cantoso. Tu
thank you
llamada
for
es muy
calling
importante
Cantoso.
para nosotros. Para ventas, marque 1.
Para ventas marque uno, that's the thing I just typed.
Marque
So I'm going to go ahead and type 1.
Transfiriendo la llamada a ventas.
Now we're transferring to the call queue. Oh, that's a beautiful Spanish guitar. That's good. And now you can see that we're ringing right here on my desktop, and we're also going to ring right here on my iPhone, so that I can get that Madrid sales team call right here on my iPhone. So no matter where my sales team is, whether they're sitting on a beach in Belize or sitting at their desk or what have you, they're going to be able to get those calls. So my customers are always going to be able to reach my sales team, and I was able to deliver that magical experience right here live on stage, right in front of you. So that's pretty cool. All right. Magical experience number 2, magical experience for your end users. Now, a couple of minutes ago, you saw Delanda demo the beautiful new Skype room systems, but also Cisco VTC Interop. And you might be thinking, oh man, they've got a bunch of servers, and I know how Interop works. They got a bunch of servers in the back there, and it's going to be expensive and all this nonsense. But no. This is not how we roll in Office 365. The way that you light up that Interop service for your end users is in Office 365, you check that box. That's it. That's all you do. No scale, no nothing. You check that box. Now all of your users are lit up for Interop. And when they go in to create a meeting, they're going to get a beautiful Skype meeting join link, but they're also going to get VTC instructions. So anybody who's invited to that meeting can walk into any of 1,000 different VTC models, type in those join instructions. They're going to join into that meeting just like butter. That's how easy it is to deliver that Interop experience for your end users. Done. I know, it was so easy you didn't know when to clap. It was hard. All right, so magical experience number 3. Let's talk about you being the superhero. You know, sometimes things go wrong and your end users call you and they want to know, hey, I had a bad call or something went wrong, and you want to be the superhero that has all the information at your fingertips to help them out. And so we've spent a lot of time building our new call analytics feature so that you can do just that. Integrated in with Office 365, I can do a quick user search, find any user in my company. I can see all of the meetings that happen, including that call that I made just a couple of minutes ago right here live on that stage, has already processed through the system and is available here live. Now this shows as a failed call because I didn't actually answer the call, but we can go back here and look at some of the earlier calls that I did, and you've got all the information right here at your fingertip: who called who, how long the call was, and was there an issue. So in this case, we can pinpoint that the problem was that my audio device, which happens to be an iPhone that you can see here right on stage, the problem happens to be that the audio device was having really poor audio quality. So you're able to help your user understand, okay, is this a Wi-Fi problem? Is it a problem with your device? Which device was it that was causing the problem? All of that information right at your fingertips so that you can be the superhero and deliver that magical experience for your end users. So that's 3 ways that Office 365 and Skype for Business are going to make it easy for you to deliver those magical experiences for your end users. Thank you very much. We're going to keep making this even better.
All right, thank you, Ben. Awesome stuff. So shifting a little bit in terms of partners, it's really great to see the floor and the number of partners innovating around Skype for Business. And there's a lot of innovation that partners have done. I really encourage you to get the map at the Microsoft booth and follow it around and then enter for a prize Surface Hub. We have one of the things I want to talk about, though, in addition to the partner solutions you see downstairs, is the number of custom applications that our customers are building to digitally transform how they do their product and how they run their business. We see that in automobile industry. We see that in healthcare. People are using our APIs, our SDKs, our templates to really digitally transform. To show you a real-life example from Tenet Health, I'd like to invite Shri out for a quick demo of how Tenet Health is digitally transforming healthcare.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Ron. Integrating your workflow integrating your real-time communication into your workflow delivers that very rich and powerful experiences to your customers. Skype Developer Platform provides you with this rich set of APIs and SDKs that you can do just the same. Scenarios we light up include line of business scenarios, remote advisor scenarios, contact center scenarios, a bunch of those. Specifically, I'm here to talk about how a customer of ours, Tenet Healthcare, has used our Skype for Business app SDK to power their doctor-to-patient communication using this mobile app. This enables the patient connect with their doctors at their time and at their convenience. So here is the mobile portal that I have, and I am the patient here. I log in. Let me verify the password. Yeah, there you go. I log in. Just as I verify my information with my doctor, I verify all of my information. I select my pharmacy, and then it gives me a list of symptoms. I am here for a headache consultation. And I go, just again, verify a rest of my information, and proceed to the waiting room. Over here, you can actually see that the doctor can actually see what is my number in the queue in a minute or in a second, whenever this comes up, and there you go. So this is the doctor's portal, also developed on Skype SDKs. In this case, for example, it will show me a list of patients that I have over here that the doctor can then pick and choose in order to see there. And now the doctor sees that I am here and I have so-and-so problem, and he's able to initiate a call back to me, who is the patient. Now on my portal, I see that my doctor has initiated the call, and there you are. So now I'm actually having, hi, Dr. Alex. So I'm actually having an actual doctor-patient consult using the Skype Developer Platform. Something that is very a day-to-day scenario, something you can make it very powerful and very compelling for your customers using the Skype APIs. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Shri. I'd like to call out, we've got Billy Myers from Tenet Health in the audience as the lead developer on this application that they're launching here soon at Tenet Health. So thank you for that. So to wrap up, really what we look at in terms of Office 365 is a product in Skype for Business Office 365 that we partner with you on to serve our customers. I wanted to call out, in case you missed it, 4 announcements we made today. Crestron and their Skype room systems, you saw a demo of that. Polycom's cloud video interop, you can also learn more about that downstairs. We're continuing to build more capabilities in our cloud PBX with auto-attendant and call queues that we've announced today, as well as the call analytics that Ben has shown you. In addition, what we're also announcing today is the Creator Update for Surface Hub. If you haven't seen the Creator Update, it actually brings 3D imaging to your machine, including the Surface Hub all the way down to small screens. What you can do is actually go downstairs to our booth and check that out today. They can show you Creative Hub. We can't do it justice on stage. Go play with that. Use the 3D imaging. You'll love it. And this is just a sample of the many innovations and new capabilities that we've released since the last Enterprise Connect in Skype for Business, where we've done over 100 features in the last 12 months. And all of this is for us to work together with you to help you digitally transform your organizations and your users together, and we make this an awesome industry together. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Ron. All right. Thanks very much, Ron and team. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back at 11 o'clock for Google's keynote. There's coffee outside, 11 a.m. for Google. We'll see you then.